We've styled this as the layout of the content of left side, right hand side. Let's see if we can style this to look a little more presentable. If you go to the grid system, again, there'll be tons and tons of widgets here that are ready to use, and you're free to reuse some of these widgets. So let's see how we can list style the lists. So here's going to be the style that we're going to be using. Already notice that it has the same structure that we have. UL, LI, whatnot, right? The only difference is that they have a particular class applied to each one of these elements. So let's grab that, right? And let's go to our list of modules here. I'm going to just remove my styling. That really didn't help, right? I'm going to apply some of these Bootstrap styles. So notice that Bootstrap kind of is breaking one of my rules, right? And notice that it did not put an acronym in front of it, it didn't prepend this with just like we're doing web dev, yes, just to be able to distinguish whether whose style is this. Probably because it would have been something like BS something Bootstrap. Maybe that's why they didn't go with their acronym. And so now that we style this as a list group, we can style all the elements as list group items. Right, so let's apply these styles to each one of them, right, and see that it renders. Now it renders a little more presentable on the left-hand side, module 1, module 2, module 3. We can also highlight one of these if it's selected as being active. Right, so it highlights it as blue background with white foreground, right? The currently selected module. Let's see what we can do on the right-hand side with tabs and pills and whatnot. So we can take a look and search for these. So these are maybe tabs. So these tabs would be listed, render as follows, right? We have highlighted different tabs with an active tab. And the styling is to use the following classes: nav tabs, and then nav item on the line item. See that, right? And so it looks very much like we have for the line for our own UL. The only difference is that the item that is the link here it has an additional anchor around it. See that? That's the only difference perhaps between our implementation and their implementation, right? I'm going to go with their implementation. I'm going to add the classes for the tabs. These are the lessons are going to render as tabs. The line items are render as going to be nav items. So all of these are going to be nav items. But each lesson is going to have to be, to follow their lead. I'm going to wrap this with an anchor, with an href that's not going anywhere, hash, meaning stay in this location, and I'm going to apply the class that they have, nav link. Okay, and I'm going to just copy this for the other two lessons, lesson 2 and lesson 3. There we go. So we have tabs on the right-hand side. We can activate one of them to make them as the currently selected tab, saying that this is active. So now this is the currently selected tab, right? And presumably, as you click on the different links, it would navigate to a different portion of the document. How about the topics? So the topics are almost identical, but we're going to use pills instead, right? We're going to apply these pills to the topics down below, and we're going to apply the styling for the items, and we're going to wrap the topics in an anchor. Pointing to a nowhere, so it's going to stay in the same document. And finally, we're going to apply this class of nav link to all these. And I'm going to just copy this over for all these. topic 2, topic 3. So these are now renders as follows. Just renders as links, and we can highlight one of them as a currently selected pill. There it is. So topic 2 is selected. Make sense? All right. So this is just the beginnings, right, of styling the course editor, right? Applying just a couple of styles here and there. What we might need to work now is perhaps on the widget down below, right, as a form for editing a particular widget. So let's take a look at that next.